I don't know. I don't even know what they sing, man.
Who's
Yeah, I
on
know
your,
you're talking
your
about.
computer screen back there?
It was in the
Huh?
desert or something.
Who's on
Who's
your
on the computer?
screen back there? Your ever
Where?
changing.
Oh, Bing. That's Bing right there.
Maybe that'll be our next this or that. Kobe or Michael.
That's Bing.
Like,
We'll probably have the same thought, but it's an interesting debate.
Not
I don't want to
mentality.
you know the
100% right.
the big debate is Michael or LeBron.
I can't see why. Like I wouldn't put LeBron in my top 11-4.
Don't let our
He doesn't have the mental,
don't say,
bro.
Don't say that to our boy.
You can't disrespect LeBron, man. LeBron the GOAT, man.
Nah.
We'll crucify him, boy.
But maybe we'll have to do that next time.
Nah,
Because to me, you can't compare the two players or different types. We'll do that next
That's
time.
what I say. That's what I say. First
Internet
off, it's
starting to freeze up over there.
you can't really. That's what I say. You can't really compare the two because of the era and the different position. But it's Mike.
Yeah, but I'm watching Michael Jordan get bowed to the face, and I'm watching LeBron scream and cry like a little girl when no one even touched him, like someone just set his dog on fire.
That's like,
hey man, he playing the game, dog. He playing the game.
People right now might be like, "Oh,
dude.
Justin Jefferson."
But that's the game that they play.
You know, like right now, people might say Justin Jefferson is better than Jerry Rice or some crap like that. Like that, some of that stuff is
I'm
just.
not a Jerry Rice guy.
Talent wise, he is.
Best receiver I ever
Okay,
seen.
so that's what I think. That's what people get it confused with. Talent wise,
he is better than Jerry Rice.
No, I'm saying talent.
Jerry
No,
Rice
I'm saying going back to the.
People forget Jerry Rice played with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. He never had to put his hand in the air, jump behind his back. He was running like this. The ball's right here, and he kept on going.
Relax.
Nah, bro.
I love Jerry. I think Jerry is the GOAT.
Make you the best.
But it depends if you're talking numbers or you talking talent.
Everybody used to shit on my boy Steve Young. If he didn't get that Super Bowl ring, they still would have been shitting. So he wasn't a Hall of Fame quarterback.
They only talk crap about him in Tampa Bay.
It's a bigger, stronger, better Montana. He can run, he can throw, smarter, quicker.
100
pounds better.
Anything bad was said about him was when he was in Tampa Bay.
Steve wasn't better than Joe.
It's that system they were in. But you're talking again.
The Bill Walsh system.
Yeah, you have athlete to athlete. He was a better player than Joe Montana.
That system is so good; it's still being ran right now.
That's what I'm saying. Going back to the Jordan and LeBron, that's what people probably could say. They could probably say that LeBron might have had maybe 1 or 2 more skills than Jordan, but
maybe
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe, but to me, people just gonna go straight to the numbers, and I get it. Yeah, of course.
No, so you can't do that. I'm a believer in that numbers lie. Like quarterbacks who put up 5,000 yards, their team's getting smoked, and they're trying to come back. They're not a good quarterback if your team's losing.
But see, this is how people quote unquote move the goalposts, right? So like, we'll just use me and you, right? Let's say you're on the LeBron side. So you'll say your argument would be, LeBron's the GOAT, or he's better because he's the all-time leading scorer, and he got this stat and he got that stat, right? Now, cool. Yeah. Now I'll throw Russell Westbrook at you and say, well, this man has won. He averaged a triple-double 3 out of 4 seasons. And then somebody would be like, well, no, he was just padding stats. He was just padding stats. It didn't translate to wins.
You can't use numbers to make your argument. Now, when I give you better numbers, you say no.
Yeah, but LeBron got wins and he got stats.
He don't have average and triple double.
But Jordan has more of the important wins, and people say, nah, it ain't all that. Then they start throwing the other numbers in it. So, example, we'll say Jordan got 6 rings, 6-0 in the finals. You're gonna come back and say, well, he's not the all-time leading scorer.
I'm gonna say 3 or number 4. I'm gonna say LeBron been to more.
Yeah, okay. So LeBron's been to more, but he has a losing record.
Yeah. So what?
Okay, so you can go 20
He's
times.
playing against better players.
See how we get into it? Now it's better players.
Yeah, I would back that up, because to me, Peyton Manning is light years better than Tom Brady. Just because you won a bunch of rings doesn't mean shit. You play an okay team. When you get to the playoffs where everybody is good, you're going to end up losing if your team's not that good. So I'm with Phillies 100% on that one. LeBron can go to more, but when you get to a better all-around team, you're probably going to lose.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what people start shitting on Jordan's accomplishments. They'll start saying he didn't have better players in his era, or he didn't play against great teams.
Look at the top 75 NBA team. LeBron played against more than Jordan.
Who? The people just basing off the Warriors.
I'm saying LeBron has played against more top players than Jordan. Just look at the top 75 NBA roster.
Some of the people in them 75 don't even belong there.
I'm just saying, but they there.
Like is it people made up nowadays of the media, social media, the people who make stars?
But they there. LeBron playing against all the top dudes.
Like who?
If you put LeBron,
because you could tell me LeBron James played. So you might say James Harden, right, is one of the top players in LeBron's era. He's not that better than Clyde Drexler, but you're gonna tell me Clyde Drexler wasn't that good.
Clyde Drexler.
You know what I'm saying? See, some people going. That's how people gonna do. Or they're gonna say, well, Magic Johnson wasn't really that good. Look at what Russ did, or look at
but Jordan ain't really Jordan. When Jordan started winning, Magic now was done already.
Cool, but this is the argument that I always have with my nephew when he started talking about LeBron. I hear all that. LeBron first 7 years, he didn't have the best team around him. He wasn't really ready.
LeBron took a bunch of garbage men to the finals with the Cavs before he left.
I saw that today. Delonte West.
All that is good. Here's what I say.
When he got there, he had to play Tim Duncan and like them dudes.
Okay, so
he had to play a whole team.
LeBron first 7 years, he couldn't do nothing, right? Okay, Jordan's first 7 years, he couldn't do nothing. But when Jordan got on top, did he lose?
You mean when he got Pippen?
It don't matter. When Jordan got on
top. No, but
top,
that's what happened. He got Pippen. The Jordan don't got no rings without Pippen.
LeBron had to get Wade and Bosh.
LeBron had to go to Miami
to get people.
And he got a ring. So if he would have played a bunch of years like Jordan played with Pippen, he would have rings. He would.
Where? If LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland, he would have got a ring?
No, if he would have stayed with if he would have played with Wade as many years as Jordan played with Pippen, he would have the rings.
He played with Wade for 4 years and he was only to get 2.
He got 2 rings, but he made it to the finals every single one.
Yeah, and he lost.
So he made it.
So if you go to the finals 10 times,
he go 7 straight.
Yeah, and he won like twice.
Something we say about doing that.
Really, like really only one. I give him a pass for all the losses except for one.
So I think me and you had this debate one time, Lou.
There's only one of his losses that I can say, dog, y'all should have won that one.
We're gonna get back to that. So Buffalo Bills went to the championship 4 straight times and lost 4 straight times. So you're gonna tell me that the Buffalo Bills was a great team, even though they lost all 4 straight times?
They were great.
They couldn't win one.
They were great. They ran up against some of the best teams in football history.
But they couldn't win. But they couldn't win one.
Goal is different. You hit that.
Bro, they played some of the best teams in history, dog. They played one of the best defenses ever in the Giants.
But they were
those Dallas teams would smoke anybody.
Yeah.
But they went 4 straight times. They couldn't win one. Is my argument.
You can have
LeBron went because you're telling me LeBron went
and they.
So okay, so hold on. So you're saying you're saying that so a team like Baltimore who gets 1 championship, great defense, Trent Dilfer quarterback, that team there is better than other teams who get to Buffalo made 4 straight and didn't win one, but they happen to get there.
No, man, that Buffalo team was better than Baltimore.
I won't say that. I won't say that.
And Baltimore went against Kerry Collins and the Giants, and smoked them 40-7. Like
these dudes was going against Trey. They was going against Emmitt Smith and that defense and Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman and them the team. They wasn't losing to the fucking Boomer Esiason.
I won't. No, I hear what you're saying, but people want to emphasize the fact that LeBron went to the finals 12 times. Okay, so he went 6 more times than this guy, but this guy won all 6 of his. So how is his 12 appearances?
Is Robert Orr the best player in NBA history? Doesn't he have like 6 rings or something like that?
7.
What's the best team Jordan played?
Is he
in the
better
finals?
than Michael Jordan, Robert Orr?
The best team Jordan played
The best team.
in the finals, I would probably say the Utah Jazz, and then probably the Super Finals.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, were they as good as Golden State? No.
In this era of basketball, no, they wouldn't be.
Come on, man.
But
going up against the top
LeBron
team.
got on top. When LeBron
like I said, out of all LeBron losses,
player,
I gave him
lost. When Jordan was on top and considered the best player, he won and didn't lose. So how can you say this man is better than the person that? And when they both was in their prime, dominating the league, so not self-proclaimed by everybody saying this is the best player in our league. How is this one that was undefeated not better than the one that was getting defeated?
Because
championships
are team wins, dog.
Okay, but that's why you got stars that put you over the hump, right?
No, championships are team wins, man. Like I said,
the stars out of all their losses, the X factors.
Out of all their losses, I can only say there was only one series that they should have won, and that they was the favorite. Yeah, they was the favorite. They wasn't the favorite against the other teams that he lost to.
What does that got to do with anything?
That's got to do with a lot. They wasn't supposed to win.
But he's the best player, But
his team, they was not supposed to win.
But if you got the best, what do they always say in sports most of the time?
That's why they have favorites and underdogs.
But if you got the best player, he's supposed to trump
but not with that.
If you have the best player and he's an underdog, that means his team ain't good.
If you got
that means he's not really that best player then.
If you got one player that's a 10 and everyone else on your team is a 3, you're not going to do shit. Like you got to look at the Patriots. The Patriots don't have 5-star players, and they don't have a number 1 at every position. They've got a bunch of 3s and 4s that all fit together. They don't have 3 or 4 5-stars and the rest.
All right, so is that them Golden State teams? Are they better than the Bulls? The Golden State teams, are any of them Golden State teams better than the Bulls teams? Any of the championship Bulls teams?
I would say no.
Okay, so you telling me?
But you would say yes, right?
So right now, you think
2 of them.
You think Montana is better than Brady because Brady lost in the Super Bowl?
I think Montana was better.
Get out of here, dog. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, dude. Those 49er teams was stacked.
See, that's what everybody say now. So that's what. So all right. So back to my thing.
Those 49er team was stacked.
All right. So
they played the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
So the Golden State Warriors was better than the Bulls teams then.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Golden State Warrior teams were better than the Bulls teams, but
no, the Golden State Warriors was better than the teams that those Bulls teams was beating.
No. Was those Golden State Warrior teams better than the championship Bulls teams? The 73
as a team,
Warriors was better than the 72 Bulls, right?
Yeah.
The Kevin Durant Warriors was better than
they would have smoked those Bulls teams.
Oh, but so what was the difference for the Bulls of getting the rings then? The best player.
No, he got to play fucking John Stockton.
He got to play John Stockton.
Exactly. Come on, dog. You said because Tom, you think Montana was better than Brady?
So when LeBron left and went to the Heat and back to Cleveland, none of them teams was that better than the teams they played in the finals.
No, so they was underdogs, bro.
Wade Bosh LeBron was not better than San Antonio.
Who?
Wade Bosh LeBron.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they were the favorite in that one. And they were the favorite in Dallas.
I don't care about favorites. I'm saying,
dog. That's there for a reason, dog. Favorites and underdogs. It's just not there to just say it.
Of course, it's there just to say it.
No, it's
That's
not. It's there for a reason.
And then when the underdog wins, then what they say?
It's called an upset, dumb hat.
Nah, it's an upset.
That's what it's.
They take all the stats, all the averages, put it all in there. Then they make their difference. Well, the better
exactly.
They have the better numbers, the better stats across the board. So when they do lose to a lesser statistic team, it's going to be an upset.
Yeah, it's an upset.
But that underdog
when him and Kyrie
team, right, Billy?
When him and Kyrie won the title, that was an upset.
Like last year, me and him was talking about the Bengals. They were saying if the Bengals would have beat the Chiefs, it was perceived an upset. And I said, how when the Bengals has been playing better and has beaten Kansas City twice?
No, I'd agree.
But because they got Patrick Mahomes in the system, they're considered the favorites. But if in actuality, the Bengals was probably a better team. But they
weren't.
I get what you're saying there. You could run stats. Then you had the media picking and this,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Numbers. Like sometimes it's true. Like example, Lakers versus the goddamn Hornets. Of course, the Hornets is underdogs. But you trying to tell me a team that got the best player and then another tier player and then another good player and then role players.
Yeah, he was the underdog
to a team that just got one good player.
That Cleveland title, he was an underdog. Jordan was never an underdog.
You know why? Because he was that good.
No, because his team was better than everyone's other team.
But so his team was better than that team. But had 6 titles.
Jordan actually played with a player that was on the top 50 team, on the top 50 anniversary team.
But out of them 6 titles, only 2 or 3 of his teams had a better record than who he played against in the finals. So that means the Western team was better then because they had the better record.
Jordan played with a top 50 player in NBA history.
And LeBron has played with a top 50 player in NBA history.
He won 2 titles with him. Well, he only played 4 years with him.
And then he had another he had another top 50 for another 4 years.
Where?
Kyrie.
He ain't top 50. Come on, bruh.
So then how's James Harden in top 50?
James Harden ain't top 50.
You better go look at that 75 list again.
That's a terrible list if he's on there.
Now it's a terrible list.
If James Harden is on the top.
You see what I'm saying? You see how when they that's what I'm saying, Billy, they always shift
dog.
James Harden is on the top 75. Kyrie is on the top 75.
No.
Once he left Cleveland,
that last 25 spot, they'll be okay.
Yeah, once LeBron left Cleveland, he has always played with the higher talent. That's been his MO.
No, man, he was the underdog in the finals against Golden State.
He's not because he wasn't that dude then.
Oh, come on, dog. You sound like a crazy person.
So all right, so going back to Brady, how many times was Brady an underdog in the Super Bowl?
I think twice.
And was his teams better than all the teams that he played in the Super Bowl?
No, he was the underdog twice.
Oh, but he won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how come?
But he also lost twice as the favorite.
Yeah, he has 3 rings.
So that goes back to my. So now you're making my point as that can be flux with. They just put like
it's called an upset.
They just put stats and stuff together.
It's called an upset, but he's still better. He still played with way less talent than Montana. Like you can't say Montana better than Brady.
I agree with that.
No, you didn't. You just said Brady was better. Montana was better than Brady.
No, I said I agree that Brady played with lesser talent than Montana. I agree with that.
So how Montana better than Brady then?
I mean, I'm a Niners fan, so I'm gonna be biased, but I think Montana at that time was better. But I mean, I can't make
get out of here.
He got 3 more rings than Montana. So
get out of here. Montana's teams was stacked, and he played with the best coach.
If Aaron Rodgers has 3 more rings, they probably say he's better than Brady.
I don't think so.
Of course so. They probably gonna say Patrick Mahomes gonna be better than Brady. He get 3 more rings, 2 more rings.
Patrick Mahomes gonna be the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes gonna be the GOAT.
Why he gonna be the GOAT? Now, if he don't get no more rings, he gonna still be the GOAT?
He gonna be every record in a Patrick Mahomes gonna break it.
And so now, if
Patrick Mahomes stay healthy, he will break every single quarterback record.
If he only has 1 Super Bowl ring, he's better than Tom Brady.
He's already got 2.
Okay, but Tom Brady got 7. So if he wins no more rings, but just breaks all the records, he's better than Tom Brady?
Mahomes, the GOAT.
You see?
I mean, you
because he got stats.
Records because you got an extra game now for the rest of his career, so those records are going to probably fall.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what we're supposed to get to today: unbeatable records. We're going to save this LeBron Jordan debate for next time.
You can't tell me if Jordan played in this era of basketball, he ain't putting up 40.
He score 100 points a game, bro.
No, he will not, man. Athletically, he's not. Athletically, he's not one of the top guys in this era.
No, he dogs these guys
out. How do I hit that?
You can't touch him. You can let him go.
No, dog. Like, come on, dog. The athletes today are like specimens, dude.
That's different.
Half of the athletes today
able to walk right into the lane without being touched. Jordan used to get both.
Vince Carter is, dude. Vince Carter is a 2000 athlete, dog. I'm talking about the 80s athletes, dog. Those 80s athletes can't compete with the athletes today.
Jordan was ahead of all of them, and
just like Dennis Rodman said the other day, Larry Bird would be in Europe if he played today.
That's Larry Bird. We ain't talking about Larry Bird.
I'm just saying, like, those 80 athletes can't compete with athletes today.
And he don't like
nothing.
Larry Bird because he
basketball,
Larry Bird would
football,
still be in the NBA this year because Larry Bird could
shoot the ball, basketball, track. It don't matter, dog. The athletes of the 80s, they can't compete with the athletes today, dog. They can't.
Vince Carter's still not even more athletic than Jordan. So what are you saying?
I'm talking about athletes today, dog.
Jordan, but I just said if half of the athletes today are not more athletic than Vince Carter, and Jordan is more athletic than Vince Carter, how Jordan wouldn't be able to adapt and dominate this game?
No, man, because athletically, he's not like with the dudes today, dog. He's not. It's like the DNs, dog. Back in the 80s, the DNs was running 4.9s, dog. You got DNs today running 4.4s.
Who is more athletic than Vince Carter in today's game? How many guards can you say that are more athletic than Vince Carter? Is what I'm telling.
Athletically, come on, dog. Yes. The whole league is athletic.
I'm done.
You got people like, come on, dog. You got people like 6'7" and able to dribble and do all this shit.
What does 6'7" got to do with
a 6'7" player in the 80s, dog? He's a statue.
Arvydas Sabonis.
He's a statue.
Arvydas Sabonis would be balling in this era. Look at his son.
But I get what Felix is saying, but at the same time, you got to look at the rules too. Jordan's game, getting down low, they wouldn't be able to touch him.
It's like
you got. He's talking about a couple athletes. I'm talking about Jordan. Like Barkley's game would transcend to this era. Jordan would transcend to this era.
Barkley was undersized in the 80s. How is he translating to today's game?
Lou, they got Caleb Martin at 6'5" playing power forward. What the hell is you telling me?
Come on, he can play dog.
Power forward, Barkley can't play. Zion Williams is playing power forward. You mean telling me Barkley can't power forward and Barkley could shoot?
Athletically, no.
This era, you don't need to be that athletic. They got specialists, as they call them now. How can Duncan Robinson
everyone's
play?
Athletic today, dog? Look at the track times. Look at the track times. Look at the track times.
Duncan Robinson's athletic.
Who?
Thank you. Austin Reeves is athletic.
Bro, he's more athletic than the white guys from the 80s.
Bill Laimbeer?
Yeah, exactly.
He's talking about regular players. I'm talking about stars or superstars. I'm not talking about the 6-man on the bench.
Look at the track numbers.
I'm not talking about the Danny Ainge. I'm not talking about the Steve Kerr. I'm talking about Jordan, Barkley, David Robinson. Yeah, even Danny Ainge would be decent in this era. He wouldn't be raw. He'd be he'd find a niche. If dudes can stand in the court,
sir, nailed it. We're about to end the recording right now.
A niche.
It's a niche, bro. And no, Danny Ainge would be in the D League in today's game.
So he'd be on the Heat team then.
He'd be on there with the D League. Him, Paxton,
putting up 10 points.
Kerr,
doing like this, like when Duncan Robinson scores.
All them dudes, Kerr, all them dudes. D League. They be playing for the Orlando Scatterbacks. That's who they would be playing for.
Time to wrap this up on the Scattlebacks.
I'm going.
Yeah, that's who they would be playing for. Sorry, dude. Come on, man.
Jordan wouldn't be good.
I didn't want to get into this at the end of the show because this is the good stuff. I really want to know who is that on your screen back there. 37 minutes later, it's Kobe Bryant.
Stu would have dominated in the 80s.
I didn't want to get into that because
so Jordan would dominate in the 80s. You hear this, Billy? Jordan would dominate in the. I mean, he just said Kobe would dominate the 80s, but Jordan couldn't dominate this era.
There's nobody athletic like Kobe in the 80s. He would have dominated. You wouldn't be able to stop him in the 80s.
Listen,
but they would stop. He be leaving
those dudes in concrete shoes.
But they would stop Jordan now, though.
Yes.
And Jordan is more athletic than Kobe.
No.
Good night.
No. Sorry.
Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 13. We out.
No, he is not more athletic than Bean.
Good night.
Episode 13.
Just like
in case I don't see you again. Good night, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You got linebackers. Dude, you got linebackers now running 4.3s, dog.
You talking about linebackers? We talking about
because I'm talking about athletes, dog.
Okay, so Dion wouldn't be good in the. Dion wouldn't be.
I'm talking. Dion was an athlete. Dion was running 4.2s.
So Jordan wasn't an athlete.
Dion was running 4.2s. That translates anywhere.
So Jordan wasn't an athlete then. That's what you're trying to tell us?
Not like today's athletes. You got dudes that's bigger than him. That's more athletic than him.
And you couldn't name one of them yet.
You LeBron.
Good afternoon, good evening.
LeBron is one of the best athletes ever. This dude's like huge. He takes 2 steps to get down the court.
Billy, before you go to bed,
I bet LeBron.
Rich Paul said just the other day, if LeBron loses his athleticism or didn't have his athleticism, he would be Karl Malone of this era. Good night.
Exactly. You know what that means? What that means? He's got to lose all his athleticism to be one of the best players in the 80s.
Okay. That's what it means.
Yes, that's exactly what that means.
That's what it means.
He's 40 years old.
How could you be Karl Malone in this era is what he's saying.
He's 40 years old, and if he lost all his athleticism, he'll be one of the best players that was in the 80s. My point exactly.
Mm-hmm.
My point exactly.
13. I know. And Wembyama would be,
next week.